Hi guys, we're going to learn a little bit about first angle. That is first angle orthographic projection. What a mouthful. Right, so this type of drawing was initially invented so that we could take a 3D shape, something that looked very much like that, obviously something with a bit more edges, a little bit more difficult, take it from its 3D shape and take it to a 2D. Now why would we want to do that? Well, to produce this 3D shape using machine or using hand tools, we wouldn't always be sure of exactly the right dimensions because of the slight foreshortening that 3D drawings give us. So because of the foreshortening, occasionally dimensions were distorted, and thus we had to show a flat 2D to scale drawing. Right. So we show one of our views in a 2D flat shape. We also show additional views, and we could even show auxiliary views. So we can have 3 different views of that shape. In the next video we'll show you how the format is translated from that 3D into a 2D shape. Alright, so previously we were talking about taking a 3D and turning it into a 3D shape. So we're going from 3D to 2D. Our final drawing is going to be a first angle orthographic drawing. Right. We want to take our 3D and we want to show a front, a left, and a top. Now when designers talked about how to start doing this, they wanted to standardize the format so that every 3D to 2D drawing looked exactly the same. So you could give any first angle to any person producing anything and they produce exactly the same object each time. So they needed to ensure complete uniformity between the different drawing methods. This is how they decided to do it. They decided to take 4 viewing planes. Right. So I have got 2 pieces of glass here inserted into each other. The pieces of glass are completely transparent, and it gives me 4 separate quadrants. Right. Each one of the quadrants I can insert a 3D shape into. Right. This quadrant over here is known as our first. Right. This is where we get our first angle from. This over here is known as our second. We never use that. This is our third. We'll use that next term. And this is our fourth. We'll never use that. Taking the 3D shape and placing the 3D shape in this viewing plane means we can produce a 3D view of that shape. We will include an auxiliary view over here so that we can show a left, and our 3D shape will be located somewhere over here in 3D space. Now this is the only complicated bit. Because it's called projection, right, orthographic projection, what we see from here, what we see from this side, is projected to the back here. So really, this viewing plane, this one I'm just going to color in there, okay, this side of the square ends up being over there. Alright, this side of the square ends up being over here. And the top of the square, let's just see if we can find a different color here, and the top of the square ends up being down here. So you can see what we see from this side we project to the back, what we see from this side we project to the front, and what we see from the top we project to the bottom. So each one of these lines is taken down and taken across, and then these 3D views are folded out so that we see a left, right, a front, a left, and a top, all the corners in the same place, and thus we can use a light construction line to show how those corners join together. And that's the general idea between our first angle orthographic drawing. In the next video, we'll formalize it a little bit more, we'll work it a little bit neater, and I'll show you a real drawing so you can see how it's actually going to work.